Dumaguete. It's a name that rolls off the tongue rather pleasantly, don't you think? Nestled in the Philippines, it's often called the City of Gentle People. And for a good many foreigners, or expats as they are known, this gentleness is precisely the ticket. They arrive, sometimes with a single suitcase and a head full of dreams, looking for something different. Perhaps they're tired of the relentless 9-to-5 grind back home, or maybe the weather in their native land has finally worn them down, one too many gray, drizzly Mondays. Whatever the initial push, Dumaguete offers a welcoming pull, a promise of a simpler, sunnier existence that many find hard to resist. One of the biggest attractions you soon discover is the cost of living. It's a phrase whispered with a certain reverence. Imagine swapping a hefty mortgage for a modest rent, or enjoying a hearty meal out without wincing at the bill. This financial ease allows people to stretch their pensions or savings further than they ever thought possible. It's not just about being frugal, it's about gaining a sense of freedom. The kind of freedom where you can pursue a hobby, learn a new skill, or simply sit by the sea without worrying about the next paycheck quite so intensely. This economic comfort forms a foundational layer of the city's appeal to those from more expensive parts of the globe. Then there's the climate, which is, for the most part, rather agreeable. Think warm sunshine, gentle sea breezes, and the kind of tropical lushness that makes you want to buy a brightly colored shirt. Of course, there's the rainy season, as there is in any tropical paradise, but even that has a certain charm, a dramatic interlude before the sun reclaims its throne. This warmth extends beyond the weather. The local Filipinos are generally known for their hospitality, their smiles, and their willingness to help a slightly bewildered foreigner navigate the delightful chaos of a new culture. This genuine friendliness makes settling in a far less daunting prospect than it might be elsewhere. The pace of life here is another significant draw. It's slower, more deliberate. People aren't constantly rushing, eyes glued to their phones, deadlines looming. There's time to chat, time to observe, time to simply be. For those escaping high-stress environments, this leisurely rhythm can feel like a balm to the soul. It's a place where the simple pleasures, a stroll along Rizal Boulevard at sunset, a fresh fruit shake from a market stall, a friendly nod from a neighbor, take center stage. This shift in tempo is often exactly what weary Westerners are seeking, a chance to recalibrate and find a more sustainable way of living. So, what does an expat actually do all day in Dumaguete? Well, it varies of course, much like anywhere else, but you'll often see them starting their day with a coffee, perhaps at a little place overlooking the sea, watching the world wake up. Rizal Boulevard is a popular spot for a morning constitutional, a place to feel the sea breeze and catch up with familiar faces. Many dive into hobbies with gusto. You'll find groups dedicated to photography, to writing, to learning the local language, Bisaya. Others might spend their mornings exploring the local markets, marveling at the array of exotic fruits and fresh seafood, a far cry from the shrink-wrapped offerings back home. Social connections are naturally quite important. Humans are sociable creatures after all. Expats often find each other through various means. Facebook groups dedicated to Dumaguete expats are usually buzzing with questions, recommendations, and event announcements. Regular meetups are common, perhaps a weekly gathering at a particular restaurant or bar. Friendships blossom over shared experiences, the commonality of being a foreigner in a new land. These bonds can be surprisingly strong, forged in the shared adventure of navigating a different culture. Sometimes these groups become like a surrogate family, offering support and camaraderie. The types of friendships formed can be quite diverse. Some are deep and lasting, built on shared values and genuine affection. Others are more casual, revolving around a specific activity like a weekly card game or a shared interest in exploring nearby islands. You'll find people from all walks of life, retired teachers, former business owners, adventurous souls who've decided to take a different path. This mix can make for interesting conversations and a broad range of perspectives. It's not uncommon to see a group of expats from half a dozen different countries happily sharing a table, their accents mingling in a cheerful cacophony. Local establishments often become unofficial social hubs. A favorite coffee shop, a friendly neighborhood restaurant, or a beachfront bar can serve as a regular meeting point. The owners and staff often get to know the regulars, adding to the sense of community. These places provide a comfortable, familiar setting where expats can relax, share stories, and feel a sense of belonging. It's in these everyday interactions, these casual encounters, that the fabric of the expat social scene is woven. It's a relaxed, informal network, but a vital one for many who have made Dumaguete their home away from home. Now, it wouldn't be entirely truthful to paint a picture of unblemished paradise. Where you have people, you inevitably have the occasional spot of bother. And yes, even in the city of gentle people, whispers sometimes circulate about disagreements or tensions within the expat community itself. Are expats dangerous to each other? That sounds a bit dramatic, like something out of a spy novel. Generally, the answer is a resounding no. However, it's fair to say that not every interaction is sunshine and roses, and sometimes things can get a little bit prickly, as they can in any close-knit group. What causes these ripples in the otherwise calm waters? Often, it's the same sort of things that cause trouble anywhere. Money can be a sore point. Perhaps a loan goes unpaid, or a business venture between two expats turns sour. Personality clashes are another common culprit. Stick a group of strong-willed individuals together, especially those who might be used to being their own boss, and you're bound to get a few sparks flying now and then. Sometimes cultural misunderstandings, even between people from different Western backgrounds, can lead to friction if not handled with a bit of patience and understanding. Gossip, too, can play its part. In a smaller community where many people know each other, or at least know of each other, stories can travel fast, and sometimes they get a bit embellished along the way. A minor disagreement can be magnified, a misunderstanding blown out of proportion by the rumor mill. This isn't unique to expats in Dumaguete, of course. It's a human foible that thrives in many small communities. It's easy for someone to feel slighted or misrepresented, and for resentments to build if communication breaks down, or if people jump to conclusions too quickly. But it's important to keep these instances in perspective. While you might hear a tale or two of a falling out, or perhaps an online spat that gets a bit heated, these are generally the exceptions rather than the rule. The idea of a widespread hidden danger where expats are routinely preying on each other seems largely unfounded. Most people are simply trying to live a peaceful life and enjoy their new surroundings. The occasional disagreement or bit of drama is more akin to a family squabble than a genuine threat to one's well-being or safety within the community. The overwhelming reality is that most expats in Dumaguete live together quite peacefully, often going out of their way to help one another. It's a far more common sight to see expats sharing useful information, offering a helping hand, or simply providing a listening ear. When someone new arrives feeling a bit lost and overwhelmed, there's usually an old hand ready to offer advice on where to find the best Wi-Fi, how to navigate the local visa office, or which market stall sells the freshest mangoes. This spirit of mutual support is a strong thread in the community's fabric. You hear many positive stories of expats rallying around someone who has fallen ill, helping with hospital visits or bringing food, tales of people sharing their expertise, perhaps helping a neighbor fix a leaky tap or troubleshoot a computer problem. When someone faces a bureaucratic hurdle, which can be quite bewildering in a foreign land, there's often someone who has been through it before, ready to share their experience and offer guidance. These acts of kindness, big and small, demonstrate a genuine sense of camaraderie that often defines the expat experience here. This peaceful coexistence stems from a shared understanding. Most expats have made a conscious choice to leave their home countries and embrace a different way of life. This shared journey creates a bond. They understand the challenges and the joys of adapting to a new culture. There's a mutual respect for the fact that everyone is, to some extent, a guest in the Philippines. This encourages a more tolerant and supportive attitude towards one another, recognizing that they are all, in a way, in the same boat, navigating these new waters together. Ultimately, building a good community, whether it's back home or in a sunny corner of the Philippines, comes down to respect and friendship. It's about looking out for one another, celebrating the good times together, and offering support during the tough times. While no community is perfect, the expats of Dumaguete, by and large, manage to create a welcoming and supportive environment. The focus for most is on enjoying the gentle life the city offers, fostering connections and making the most of their tropical adventure, proving that harmony, not hidden danger, is the prevailing theme.